How's it hanging, YouTube? It's your boy D Burns here, and I am back once again with another vlog. So I figured I would go ahead and talk about a bunch of stuff that's going on in the world of jailbreaking. So right now we don't have a lot of new news. I'm just going back and covering a bunch of stuff that I've covered previously, and I am basically piecing all of that stuff together, giving you guys my personal opinion on when we might see a iOS 9.1/9.2 fully untethered jailbreak released to the public. That might be soon, it might not be soon. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the information that we have right now and kind of break it down for you guys and talk about what all this means and stuff like that. So basically, all the information we have right now about a 9.1/9.2 untethered jailbreak releasing is the fact that a few weeks ago on 3K Assistant's Weibo account, however you say it, which is a Chinese microblogging website. It's basically like a Chinese version of Twitter. They basically posted, essentially what they said was, 9.2 has been officially released to the public, a week, 2 weeks ago, and we've been, working nonstop, and we finally made a huge breakthrough, for jailbreaking iOS 9.2. While it's not a full jailbreak, and there's not a full jailbreak, achieved at this point, I feel like it will probably be achieved sometime soon, and we will probably have a jailbreak, achieved. So be patient, all that kind of stuff. And essentially what happened is, we don't know for sure, but we can basically infer. Essentially what happened was, a few hours after that, the post, was removed. So we can basically infer that it was Taiji that had asked 3K Assistant to go ahead and remove it off of the Weibo account. So again, it's an affiliate of Taiji, a partner, associate, whatever, of Taiji. They've worked together on previous jailbreaks. They were that little fishy app store that we unchecked to get rid of all that, stuff. We just wanted Cydia, and that was a lot of times what we unchecked. So 3K Assistant is a partner of them, and basically it's all but confirmed if we hear something about a jailbreak from them. We know that at least they're working on something. So we don't, like I said, we don't know when it's going to release, and they didn't indicate when that's going to happen. But from what it sounded like it wasn't too far off, but it's not going to come out the day after. It's not gonna come out the day after they, say we made a breakthrough. It's not gonna come out the day after, unless they were just like, oh, okay, we'll just give a little tease to the community and kind of just say it's coming, and then all of a sudden a day later we'll drop it, which most likely doesn't actually ever happen, but it could. So anyway, what does this mean? So basically what I think this means is the fact that Taiji is definitely going to be releasing the next jailbreak. Now, will it be for iOS 9.1 is the question right now. And I think we could say that it probably will be for iOS 9.1, because 9.1 has not been jailbroken as of right now publicly. There is not any public iOS 9.1 jailbreak tool out, and there has not been one in the works as of, what we know anyway. So it seems like we are probably going to be getting that with the iOS 9.2 jailbreak. Now, another question that has been brought up a lot is, what's going to happen with iOS 9.2.1? So if you haven't been following, basically Apple released iOS 9.2.1 in beta a few weeks ago, and essentially now that we're getting some news surrounding an iOS 9.1/9.2 jailbreak, what happens with 9.2.1? Does that mean that 9.1, 9.2, and 9.2.1 all get bundled in a huge jailbreak? Well, we would like to think that's what it means. It might not mean that, because 9.2.1 might be actually patching some, really vital exploits that they actually will need to get in there for. So right now, we really just don't know. There were a lot of reports coming in that Taiji was going to wait for iOS 9.2.1 to release the jailbreak. Do I believe that? No, and I'll tell you guys why. The reason I don't believe that they're going to wait is because these guys just sporadically do whatever they want. They don't care what anybody thinks. They've done this previously before, where they just randomly drop a jailbreak, randomly out of nowhere when nobody was expecting it. This happened with Evasion before. I mean, it's not just these guys, it's other guys. You know, it happened with the Evaders did this with Evasion 7, where out of nowhere, we didn't think we were going to see an iOS 7 jailbreak for a while, and then out of nowhere, they just dropped Evasion 7. So, and it was really, really buggy then, and there were a lot of issues, but, you know, it got worked out in the end. But my point is that they aren't the only ones that have been doing this. It's just recently, they've been in the limelight because they've been doing stuff like this. But yeah, anyway, so like I said, I just don't think that it's really going to matter for them. It's not going to give them much warrant. Hey, you know, 9.2.1 is out. Oh, what does it do? It maybe fixes a few security holes. Let's go ahead and release a jailbreak for 9.1 and 9.2. We don't have to worry about 9.2.1. Another thing they actually could do is wait until maybe a week before Apple pushes iOS 9.2.1, the official release, out to the public, because what they could do is they could do what they did with the iOS 8.3 jailbreak, where they went ahead and, I think it was Taiji, yeah, it was Taiji, they went ahead and released an iOS 8.3 jailbreak, and 8.4 was in beta, and by the time Apple dropped 8.4 to the public officially, it was about like a week later, and they didn't have time to go back and patch what Taiji had done exploitation-wise, so they were able to go and exploit 8.4 because a lot of their exploits they used in 8.3 were not patched. So they could go that route. We just really don't know what route they're going to go, but my thinking is they are probably not, if they wait, they are probably going to do what they did with 8.3, where they're going to wait about a week until 9.2.1 launches publicly, and then they're going to release the 9.1 and 9.2 jailbreak, and then hopefully 9.2.1 will come out and they'll be able to exploit that as well. Or like I said, they are going to do whatever they want and not wait and release it, and then 9.2.1 Apple will hold back for a little while, reverse engineer Taiji's code, and then patch it up. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Sometimes they've done that and Apple hasn't even reverse engineered it and patched it right away. Sometimes they've waited and they've even given jailbreakers some security updates. I think we saw that with iOS 7.0.6, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of things floating around right now in terms of what could happen, what will happen. We don't know what's going to happen because, of course, we don't have that much intel. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I know as of right now. That's all anyone in the community knows. That's what the public knows. There's probably a lot of other stuff going around as to what's going to happen. I did also want to point out as well, if you were hearing, let me start over. If you were hearing, I can't talk right now. It's because I just went on a rant. Anyway, if you're hearing any rumblings about an iOS 9.1, 9.2, 9.2.1 jailbreak, and it's not from Pengu, Taiji, if it's from the Evader, even if it's from a team that we haven't heard of, it might be true, it might not be true. But if they're saying pay up if you want a jailbreak, it's not real. And thankfully that's the case, because thankfully jailbreaks have been and hopefully always will be free of charge. So you don't have to pay any money to get the jailbreak tool. There are certain services that actually do charge for their services to allow you to get jailbroken and install certain tweaks and stuff. But the jailbreak tool itself, the process of jailbreaking, has always been free of charge, and hopefully it will stay free of charge. And I don't think they have really any intention for doing that, because they get donations, they get ad revenues, so it's really not that big of a deal. They don't really have to charge. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Those are, the updates about the iOS 9.1/9.2/9.2.1 hopefully jailbreak that we have right now. There's not any more information that has been leaked out to the public. Probably, like I had said earlier, if 3K Assistant, whoever at 3K Assistant leaked us that information, thank you so much. But if they didn't post that, then we would have gotten zero indication as to when a 9.2, 9.1, 9.2.1 jailbreak was going to release, because they just don't want to talk about it for whatever reason. But yeah, anyway guys, that's all I wanted to say. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, this is David signing out. Peace!